Hello, this is MIT OpenCourseWare centric Wiki World University and Schools monthly business meeting on Saturday, March 15th, 2025 at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 noon Eastern time. I think it's about 3 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, Western Europe. And I think it's about 9:30 p.m. India time. Please join this open WUAS monthly business meeting if and when you would like to. Third Saturdays of the month, 9 a.m. Pacific time. I'll post the recording of this to World University and Schools' current active YouTube channel and also the main Twitter feeds, as well as the two blog posts and on LinkedIn as well. So, as we wait to see if people will join us, I'd like to share further monthly business meeting agenda items. The recording of the Saturday, February 15th, 2025 Open MIT OpenCourseWare Centric Wiki World University and School WUS Press WUS monthly business meeting is posted, and you'll find it in both blogs as kind of video minutes, loosely in the manner of Quakers, as is this monthly business meeting, loosely conducted in the manner of Friends, Quakers, unprogrammed friends, and in the blog posts that begin Chanchalula Wilderness, Trinity County, in both World University and School.blogspot.com and scott-mccloud.blogspot.com's blogs. It's also on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Scott McCloud World University /videos. There's a focus on Native American languages and much, much more. Check it out. Agenda item 1. Recently, Gene Eddy, the president and CEO of ASA, American Student Assistance, in Boston, Massachusetts, sent me their 2024 ASA annual report. And I invite you to explore it too. It's on today. It will be on today's blog posts as PDF. And she sent it to me. Jean Eddy sent it to me. I think because they're focusing on similar issues or possibly related issues to World University and Schools' next steps. So I replied to both Gene Eddy and Larry Gennari, the chair of the ASA, American Student Assistance Board of Directors, in this manner. Dear Gene Eddy and Larry Gennari, thanks for sending me the American Student Assistance ASA 2024 annual report at MIT OpenCourseWare Centric Wiki World University and School WUAS. Planning in each of all 200 countries per the Olympics and in their main languages, online, free to students, MIT OCW centric, grow with Google WUAS, World University and School degrees. These planned free WUAS degrees include bachelor, PhD, law, MD, IB high school, similar AAAS, and master's degrees, where students would study and learn from their own homes, and in all 200 countries, first in English, then in the 200 countries' main and official languages. World University and School WUAS is also planning physical digital WUAS educational services stores for books, robotics, computers, hospital technologies, groceries, and so much more. Thinking Walmart, employing around 2.3 million people in 19 out of 200 countries I've read, where WUAS, World University and School, seeks to hire and employ about 2.5 million people on both of our WUAS wings in all 200 countries over the next 50 to 100 years, and potentially collaborating with Walmart for their software and infrastructure as well. And in each of all 200 countries per the Olympics again. And also in all 7,159 known living languages per the ethnologue, if helpful, and with AI and machine learning, and potentially in a realistic virtual Earth, thinking Google Street View with Time Slider, Gmaps, Gearth with TensorFlow AI, and thinking also in terms of Second Life, the 3D group buildable virtual world that was popular in the 2000s, on which I've taught a society and information technology course for years on Harvard's virtual island therein. The latter second wing, the WUAS Educational Services Stores for books, computers, robotics, hospital technologies, groceries, and so much more, could offer huge opportunities for careers for possible ASA students, American Student Assistants out of Boston, Mass. A philanthropy too, as could the first wing MIT OpenCourseWare Centric Wiki World University and School, WUS, with its online focus. And see the beginning web pages for both wings below, with their tax ID numbers at bottom as well, to get an idea of how World University and School, WUAS, is organized further. So the two websites with their tax ID numbers and the two legal entities' names, or the three legal entities' names at the bottom of these two pages, are worlduniversityandschool.org for the MIT OpenCourseWare Centric Wiki free World University and School online degrees, and much more. And the second wing webpage is worlduniversityandschool.org/academicpress.html with the WS Corporation name and tax ID number at its bottom, a legal entity in the state of California. So how might we best communicate further about all of this and ASA, American Student Assistance? Best wishes, Scott G.K. McLeod. P.S. And please see Peter Norvig's incredible Toolify AI WUAS article, and with this set of tweets, innovating with ML and AI WUAS. Quote, one area that holds immense potential is the integration of ML and AI to revolutionize the field of education. And with MIT OCW OpenCourseWare and World University in School, and see Peter Norvig's incredible Toolify AI WUAS article at toolify.ai/with-machine-with-AI-2574306. How with WUAS wikis? So perhaps World University and Schools wikis could be a source of helping students, and in collaboration with ASA, American Student Assistance out of Boston, Mass. And Jean Eddy has written one book that I found online and perhaps informing uh, her role as president and CEO of ASA. Its title is Crisis Proofing Today's Learners, Reimagining Career Education to Prepare Kids for Tomorrow's World. Uh, I also shared with them a wiki school, a wiki subject page at World University and School, finding a job, career, or creating one which you love. And in these regards, uh, one of the links or the book titles on this wiki page is Dick Bowles' How to Grow, What Color is Your Parachute? The Career Guide book. And one of the questions I posed to Gene Eddy and Larry Gennari was how to uh, add or develop what color is your parachute with AI and machine learning, perhaps with a focus on students uh, or American student assistants, um, young people who they're trying to help. Interesting questions. Could we toolify with AI and machine learning what color is your parachute so that ASA young people might come into conversation with this in uh, Gemini AI, Gemini Conversational Generative Artificial Intelligence, to help focus their careers with Gemini AI's helpful responses. So, could we turn what color is your parachute into a large language model, for example, and in all 200 countries' main and official languages? Stay tuned. Uh, Two other related issues regarding ASA. Uh, to what degree could the young people that ASA is seeking to help become, with ASA's career focus, possible workers, uh, and not only students, workers, for example, brainstorming wise, at WUS educational services stores in Massachusetts, on the ground and digitally, and in all 200 countries, potentially for others. Uh, and how might World University and School help these students, um, possibly through philanthropy from American Student Assistance, ASA, if, for example, ASA had a relationship with Fidelity Mutual Funds in the Boston area? Could World University and School possibly receive donations to our 501c3 tax exempt wing, MIT OCW centric wiki World University and School? So thanks, Gene Eddy, for sending me the ASA 2024 annual report for American Student Assistance out of Boston, Massachusetts. Looking forward to further communication about this. As you may have noticed, I've added you, Gene Eddy and Larry Gennari, to WUS emailings in some of these regards. Further, agenda item 2, regarding the MIT Harvard 2025 How to Grow Almost Anything, HTGAA, synthetic biology course questions that I've posed to David Sun Kong, the MIT Media Lab faculty lead, and George Church, the Harvard Medical School professor of genetics, and who's also a faculty in this course, and others. 2 blog posts in these regards, and how to live to beyond 122 years of age, even, is one of the questions here. Could we, out of this course, develop pharmaceuticals that might help people live beyond 122 years of age? The oldest known documented living person, Jean Calment, a French woman in Nice, I think, who died in 1977 at 122 years of age. Could we develop extreme longevity, genetic drug therapies, and aging reversal genetic drug therapies, FDA approved, and at WUAS, to help people live healthier and longer lives, potentially beyond 122 years of age? And in these regards, and in conversation with the course, I created a set of tweets regarding 3 possible focuses that might help with this. And namely, 1, how to develop circular vectors for a set of tweets that for a tweet that George Church posted that become genetic circuits. MIT has gotten has developed circuitry and circuit thinking in remarkable ways over decades. And to be able to develop genetics with regard to circuits digitally will open a whole field further of innovation and advances in genetic programming, for example. And per the 2025.htgaa.org course. And secondly, one of the things the course, I think David Sun Kong or George Church are similar, mentioned was that we still haven't been able to code for cell replication. So what cells have done informing all 8.7 million species over 3.5 billion years, namely cells have replicated. And we haven't coded for this yet. Cells are very complex, and to code for this will also open a potential bonanza of opportunities for further cell biology and molecular biology to synthetic biology, especially opportunities. And could we do this by coding for a realistic virtual Earth for genetics? So the set of tweets reads, all in a hashtag realistic virtual Earth, 1, hashtag circular vectors into hashtag genetic circuits per https://2025.htgaa.org, and see my blog post about this in scott-mccloud.blogspot.com/2025/034/marble-mountain-wilderness-ca.html. Secondly, hashtag cell replication in hashtag a realistic virtual Earth for cells, hashtag G cell view. And 3, coding a realistic virtual Earth for genetics, e.g. for hashtag aging reversal, hashtag extreme longevity. And this retweets George Church Twitter post published published February 24th, 2025, and regarding circular vectors. It reads, circular vectors as an efficient, fully synthetic, cell-free approach for preparing small circular DNA as a plasmid substitute for guide RNA expression in CRISPR-Cas9 genome editing. And it's a paper by Roman Teo Oliink and George M. Church. Could we do this further? Could World University and School do this further in conversation with, do all of these things? Genetic circuits, cell replication, and a realistic virtual Earth for genetics, with or in conversation with the MIT Harvard 2025 How to Grow Almost Anything Synthetic Biology course, and even as possible grand challenges, possibly to MIT and to the Harvard Medical School. So agenda item 3, Lake County, California, Native American languages and Lake County libraries and free MIT OCW-centric wiki, World University and School, and realistic virtual Harbin and a realistic virtual Earth. So I recently went into the Upper Lake Public Library in Clear Lake, or around Clear Lake in Lake County. Talked with a librarian there and asked her and mentioned also, I asked her about Native American languages in Lake County and what resources the library might have, and also mentioned free MIT OCW-centric Wiki World University and School, and that it is also wiki, so that people will be able to wiki teach and wiki learn. Here, for example, at the wiki subject, Native American languages, accessible from wiki.worlduniversityandschool.org/wiki/languages with the capital L, as well as get free degrees from World University and School online from their homes in Lake County. And regarding also the Languages Wiki School, wiki subject page, are all 7,159 known living languages focus at WUAS, including in the Pomo language, Batsal, and the Lake Miwok language, which has only, I think, a very, very small number of speakers still speaking it. And also in the extinct Wapo language. And this librarian, Emily Dunn, gave me the email address too of the Lake County librarian, the director, Christopher Veach, and that I emailed them that WUAS would be interested in Native American languages resources in Lake County, and especially even as we develop with machine learning and artificial intelligence. For example, for creating data sets of these languages, phonemes, and other aspects of its language, such that potentially people could interact conversationally with these languages online, possibly with avatar agents speaking these languages as scholars build out these languages with machine learning, AI, natural language processing, and as large language models. And in building wiki teaching and wiki learning online communities in these languages. Please stay tuned, since WUAS has to develop further in these regards before growing in specific languages. And a blog post about this, I'm Mulan Flavolineatum as wiki, please, from just yesterday, Friday, March 14th, 2025, in my blog, scott-mccloud.blogspot.com. Agenda item 3B, looking forward to further communication with time and regarding the labels at World University and School in its two blogs, the Native American blog label, the languages blog label, and the virtual Harbin blog label for virtual Harbin hot springs in both World University and School.blogspot.com and scott-mccloud.blogspot.com's blogs. So I further sent a number of sets of tweets to Emily Dunn and Christopher Veach, Lake County librarians, regarding the Wapo language, the extinct Wapo language, and the Lake Miwok language, and the Pomo language, Batsal. First set of tweets reads, how with hashtag Wapo language, hashtag Lake County CA, plus it was spoken in what are now other California counties, to hashtag de-extinct language by bringing, for example, with a Healdsburg Press Democrat article on Laura Fish Summersall, who died in 1990, by de-extinct language by bringing alive as hashtag avatar agent from her hashtag avatar agent electronic health record, Laura Fish Summersall, and also how to de-extinct language. For example, the hashtag Pomo language, hashtag Batsal language, and hashtag Lake Miwok language. Or better, perhaps, for these two last languages, how to hashtag wiki grow, hashtag language revitalization of these. Another set of tweets in these regards. How to begin hashtag Pomo language, hashtag Batsal language in hashtag Lake County CA and West, hashtag language revitalization, and with hashtag AI and ML at hashtag languages WUAS at World Univ and SCH, World University and Schools Twitter feed. Networking with hashtag Pomo language WUAS, hashtag Batsal teacher, hashtag Ron Montez Sr. comes to mind. And an Eastern Pomo language lesson number 5 that Ron Montez Sr. Gives on YouTube, a video of this with him speaking the Batsal language. I spell Batsal here, BAHTSSAL, the Pomo language. I've seen a number of different ways of spelling it. Further, another set of tweets in these regards, how to hashtag wiki grow, hashtag critical language revitalization of hashtag Lake Miwok language in hashtag Lake County CA with hashtag language revitalization of hashtag Pomo language, hashtag Batsal in hashtag realistic virtual earth for languages with hashtag AI and ML at hashtag all languages WUAS at World Univ and SCH with two web pages, a Berkeley web page, cla.berkeley.edu/languages/lake-miwok.html, and the languages wiki subject page at World University and School, planning all 7,159 living languages to be accessible from here in those languages. and another set of tweets in these regards. How to begin the extinct hashtag WAPO language, hashtag Lake County CA at World Univ and SCH Wiki School to hashtag de-extinct language by bringing Laura Fish Botsall Summersall alive. And like, so bringing her alive, she died in 1990 with AI and ML and hashtag NLP, natural language processing, from recordings of her potentially. Like bringing hashtag Sunheart at Harbin Book, Naked Harbin Ethnography, my friend and main informant at Harbin Hot Springs for my first Harbin ethnographic book, Naked Harbin Ethnography, like bringing hashtag Sunheart at Harbin Book alive for interactive conversation in WAPO. So how to bring Laura Fish Summersall alive and how also to bring Sunheart alive for interactive conversation. Agenda item 4, WUAS Miraheza MediaWiki. I recently received a message. I've been trying to get into it to log in with Scott_WUAS. There have been some messages posted at the top saying there have been no edits to it for months, and they're going to close it. And I received a message that had yesterday that it had been reopened from someone named Rhinos F1 at Wikidata, Wikitides, Miraheza MediaWiki, that it had been reopened. But I'm still facing challenges with logging in to be able to edit the wiki. And I began this wiki back in around 2015, 2013. And it's WUAS Miraheza MediaWiki. Heard back further from Rhinos that the wiki had been reopened, but I'm still having problems logging in for months now. And regarding Miraheza WS Miraheza MediaWiki hijacking WUS or similar. So I've reached out further to Miraheza MediaWiki and Hillary Thorson, a Stanford librarian involved in Wikimedia, and regarding also libraries, World University and schools seeking to create major online research libraries in all 200 countries' main languages, and potentially using WS Miraheza MediaWiki, and am hoping to be able to log in again to WS Miraheza MediaWiki to begin to wiki teach and wiki learn, and such that other people will be able to as well in this wiki. So agenda item. So I conclude an email yesterday to WUS Miraheza MediaWiki. Please advise how best for MIT OCW-centric wiki, World University and School of WUS and I, Scott_WUAS, to reopen our WUS Miraheza MediaWiki, and which is planned in each of all of the Wikimedia, Wikidata, more than 300 languages. Thank you, abolitionally best, Scott G.K. McLeod. And check out the Russian River blog post in March of 2025 in these regards. Agenda item 5. Uh, this is regarding a Stanford Drug Discovery Symposium in April that I and World University and School have registered for, and regarding presenting a poster. Present a poster at the Stanford Drug Discovery Symposium email that I received yesterday from Stanford Medicine's Dr. Joe Wu, MD. And I emailed back a brainstorming question about possibly developing a poster in collaboration, possibly with George Church, the Harvard Medical School. Um, it's about developing aging reversal and extreme longevity genetic drug therapies for living beyond 122 years of age experimentally at WUAS. So, dear Stanford Medicine's Joe Wu, MD, thanks for the invitation. Brainstorming. In what ways could MIT OCW centric wiki World University and School, WUAS, turn this blog post into a poster presentation? The Mammoth Hot Springs Yellowstone NP Wyoming WY from March of 2025 in World University and School.blogspot.com's blog, and potentially in seeking to discover or develop a genetic drug therapy, which might include muscle wasting reversal and higher, faster, stronger genetic drug developments as well. And that would help people live beyond the age of 122. And for example, if WUS could collaborate in this poster presentation with Harvard Medical School's George Church, or possibly Kaiser Permanente, Ed Smythe, MD, and colleagues of his, or with the MIT Harvard 2025 How to Grow Almost Anything synthetic biology course faculty, or similar, and in a hashtag realistic virtual earth, hashtag for pharmacology, and hashtag for pharmaceuticals, especially. And I at World University and School, I write to Dr. Joe Wu, have signed up online. So I didn't sign up to attend this Stanford Drug Discovery Symposium physically at Stanford. And is there an online poster session in some of these regards? With the Stanford Medicine online announcement for this poster session opportunity. Agenda item 6. Middle States Commission on Higher Education and MIT OCW Wiki World University and School WUS accreditation continuing. Dear Connie Clifton at MSCHE and Diana Bonner at MSCHE, all greetings. How are you? WUS has recently relocated to Northern California from Western Pennsylvania. And I'm writing to follow up now on how best, please, to proceed with MIT OCW-centric Wiki World University and School WUS accreditation. The Middle States Commission on Higher Education, and newly in a Grow with Google WUS program, potentially out of the Google headquarters in Bakery Square in Pittsburgh, PA. Best wishes, Scott G.K. McLeod. Could we begin this process, which I've learned I would not do the writing of for WUAS accreditation. Someone else would. In a Middle States Commission on Higher Education panel presentation a few months ago. So how best to proceed, Connie Clifton and Diana Bonner, with WUS accreditation? And regarding paying the fees as well. And as World University and School grows in now being based in Northern California. Agenda item 7. The next WS News and Question and Answer will be in 2 days from now at 10 a.m. March 17th, 2025, 10 a.m. Pacific time. And you can join this meeting with the Zoom URL. And the following one will be on Monday, March 24th, 2025. The open MIT OCW-centric wiki World University and School WUS News and Question and Answer with Zoom URL, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. I think it's possibly 6 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. And I think it's around 10:30 p.m. India time. Please check your time zone from whatever of 24 time zones to join this if you would like to participate and with your answers or your questions. So now moving to the other wing of World University and School, the WUS Corporation wing. The WS Press planned in 7,159 known living languages. Recently learned this year from the ethnologue that the number of languages, known living languages, seems to have decreased by 5 from last year, now to 7,159 living languages. And I further follow up with my email to American Student Assistance, Gene Eddy, CEO and President, and the Chair of the Board at ASA, Larry Gennari, in these regards, with per the WS Educational Services stores. So again, World University and School WUS is planning physical digital WUAS educational services stores, thinking Walmart employing about 2.3 million people in just 19 out of about 200 countries, I've read, where WUAS seeks to hire and employ about 2.5 million people on both of our WUAS wings, and in all 200 countries per the Olympics over the next 50 to 100 years, and in all 7,159 known living languages per the ethnologue, if helpful, and with AI and machine learning, and potentially in a realistic virtual Earth, thinking Google Street View with Time Slider, Gmaps, Gearth with TensorFlow AI, and also regarding the 3D group buildable virtual world of SL, Second Life, and similar group buildable virtual worlds that are 3D, maybe becoming n-dimensional worlds. So the second wing, the WUS Educational Services stores, and the academic press in 7,159 known living languages with machine translation, machine learning, and also possibly with Stanford MindPi cryptocurrency for most of all 7.9 billion people on the planet, could offer huge opportunities for careers for possible ASA students and young people, American Student Assistance, Boston, Massachusetts, as could the first wing, MIT OCW-centric Wiki World University and School, WUAS, with its online focus, universityschool.org and World University and School academic press, with their tax ID numbers and their names, their legal entity names, to get an idea of how World University and School WUS is organized further. And agenda item B on the WS Corporation wing, the WS Press wing, how best to begin developing the academic press at WUAS in Google Street View with Time Slider. For example, in a hashtag realistic virtual Harbin, hot springs, and hashtag realistic virtual Earth, hashtag text in the sidebar, and for translation into any of all 200 countries, main and official languages. For example, with these books at worlduniversityandschool.org/academicpress.html. So the book titles that the WUS Press has published so far are Naked Harbin Ethnography, Hippies, Warm Pools, Counterculture, Clothing Optionality, and Virtual Harbin, a large book, 324 pages long, 8.5 by 11 size inches pages, and published in 2016. And the second title, published in 2017, Haiku-ish and Other Loving Hippie Harbin Poetry. And the third title, Winding Road Rainbow, Harbin, Wandering, and the Poetry of Loving Bliss, published in 2018. And the fourth title of a book title, published in 2019 by the Poetry Press at World University and School, To the Dance or the Pools, Virtually, ? How different it is to soak at Harbin than to realize it in virtual reality. And the most recent book the academic press has published is from 2021, Light, Float, Sit, Watsu, Virtually. Body, Mind, Electricity Sings to Me at Harbin Hot Springs, and Other Traveling Poems. So could we add these text in the sidebar to Google Street View with Time Slider and begin to publish them, translate them first into multiple languages, and publish them and even sell them in the WUS Educational Services Stores bookstores in all 200 countries, main and official languages. And further, agenda item BI, or B1, could we begin to develop in Google Street View with Time Slider, text in the sidebar, the second Harbin Hot Springs ethnographic book project, planned in Google Street View with Time Slider, text in the sidebar, so that people can enter into a realistic virtual Harbin Hot Springs, perhaps in the back of their digital glasses. I'm putting on a pair of glasses right now that I got at Walmart many months ago, which could be ideal glasses for digital glasses when we develop the information technologies to be able to view from the inside of the glasses a realistic virtual Earth, a realistic virtual Harbin Hot Springs, for example. And for research, we could have these connected to headbands that would help us understand, probe non-invasively, but ever deeper into the brain, for example, to begin to understand neural processes and similar, potentially while doing research in a myriad of field sites, but also in this case in a realistic virtual Harbin Hot Springs, potentially from also our bathtubs at home, for example. Stay tuned. And lastly, regarding World University and School's upcoming Society, Information Technology, and the Global University book, how could World University and School also publish this, the WUS Press, publish this from Google Street View with Time Slider maps Earth, TensorFlow AI, Google Translate. Um, the Society, Information Technology, and Global University book uh, will not be so visually focused as the second Harbin Hot Springs ethnographic book project planned in Google Street View with Time Slider in creating a realistic virtual Harbin Hot Springs. But it could be this Society, Information Technology, and Global University upcoming book could be an ideal book, text in the sidebar of Google Street View with Time Slider, to begin to develop World University and School WUS Press translation processes within the Google ecosystem, the WUAS ecosystem, and with Google's large language models for translation and Gemini AI and similar, uh, potentially opening the way to publishing, not only publishing, but printing and distributing, um, printing to paper, yes, but also publishing in brand new ways in digital formats, say Society, Information Technology, and the Global University upcoming book. These are works in progress. Stay tuned. And that's World University and Schools monthly business meeting for Saturday, March 15th, 2025, beginning at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Have a moment of silence to close this WUS monthly business meeting, loosely conducted in the manner of friends, unprogrammed Quakers, uh, and I'll post the recording of this to the upcoming, to the current main YouTube video channel, youtube.com/World Scott McCloud World University, as well as post it to both blog posts for today as kind of video minutes, and to the main active Twitters, twitter.com/WORLDUNIVANDSCH and twitter.com/WUAS Press. Thanks. All the best. Abolitionally. See you on Monday or next monthly business meeting, third Saturday of April. Until then, take care and bye for now.